Howdy guys, welcome to a side project that I decided... Side project? What isn't a side project these days? This is Kid Icarus. This game was not on my list of LPs to do, and yet I decided, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I mean, I don't know, you know, it's like, you think of all the 8-bit games out there, and all the ones that are relatively well known. This one's pretty relatively. I mean, it's well known enough that its protagonist isn't Smash, and I just took a hit right there off the bat. That's wonderful. Anyway, so this is Kid Icarus. Yeah, been meaning to do this one for a while anyway. So every couple of years, the game would just kind of randomly cross my mind, and I think, you know, yeah, there is that game too. And I'll have you know that Super Mario Maker came in the mail this morning, and yet I'm putting that off to record this. That's how much this means to me right now. Like, seriously. So, not a lot to explain here. It's, you go indoors. Sometimes there's rooms. Usually there's something in them. That room, there's nothing. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's just acclimating you to things. So monsters will tend to spawn, like, seemingly non-stop here, but there actually is a limit to how much they'll spawn, and it's a good idea to kind of stick around and kill them. Not only because of the hearts they drop, but because also they also give you experience points. And if you have enough experience points when you finish a level, you actually get powered up. So we'll go into more detail about that later. Here come the flying eyes. You can't hide your flying eyes. Boom, boom. And your pie tastes like a cow pie. Doo 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 doo. Thought by now. No, stop, just stop. Jeez, man. Get the hiccups and the burps. Just had a peanut butter and marshmallow cream sandwich. That's like my new thing these days. It's kind of helping me to get accustomed to the wheat bread. Because I don't even eat white bread anymore these days. Ever since I moved in with Mom, I use her bread. But she always gets, like, the really fancy, like... It's not wheat bread, but it's like those fancy ones that come in the smaller bags, like the oatmeal bread or whatever. So I can pick up this harp here and turn all the enemies into mallets. But I don't want to do that because the hearts are more important, as are the experience points. That's what we're trying to do, is just get enough experience points to power up so we can get through these first few levels. Because honestly, the game gets a lot easier once you get past like the first 2 or 3 levels. The score is 11,900. So I want to try to get 20,000 by the end of the first level. I don't know if we're going to do that, but we'll see. There's also a pretty high probability that I'm going to die multiple times in this playthrough because, I mean, oh, there goes one right there. Well, it's not a death, but it's a hit. I don't think I actually ever beat this game as a kid, or if I did, I didn't play it like repeatedly. Like a lot of games, like Metroid and stuff, I played repeatedly. I beat them repeatedly. Mario Bros. 3, I beat the living hell out of it repeatedly. And, well, Castlevania I never did, but yeah, but this is kind of one of those games where I don't know, I rented it a few times, I played it with my friends once in a while, but I never really owned my own copy of it. So I've only just recently got myself a copy. And, when I say copy, I mean like virtual console, but yeah. So, this is a strange little room. You might recognize these enemies from Kid Icarus Uprising. For me, it was the other way around. I saw them in Kid Icarus Uprising and recognized them from this game, but yeah, that's because I'm old. So sue me. What? Okay, that wasn't supposed to happen. That guy is supposed to actually be up on the platform that I'm about to jump on, but somehow I glitched him through the platform. Okay. So I will take that, because let me tell you, those guys are the most annoying enemies in just about any video game I've ever seen. Now, when you get to this room here, you'll knock out the 3 pots that I'm knocking out here. See how many mallets there are. And based on how many mallets, it'll tell you which one to hit last. If you hit the wrong one, it actually has the Grim Reaper in it. But if you save that one for last and hit it, it'll give you a nice treasure, so... You also don't want to pick up any of the other treasures in the meantime, or else it's going to warp you out of the room. So make sure you hit all 8 pots. Well, hit the first 3, see how many mallets there are, and then it'll tell you which one to hit last. So that's how that works. It's different in the blue rooms, you have to hit 3 different ones. But we'll choose that food when we get there. This is really tricky. I like to stop on each platform here, because I've found that if you try to just run this, a lot of times the jump button won't respond. There's something that happens when you land. There's like an animation or something that cuts you out of being able to jump. So the gimmick with these guys is you want to try to hit them from behind. Make sure they're not looking at you, because if they see you, that happens. Yeah, when I say most annoying enemy in any video game ever, I'm talking like top 10 here. These things are so annoying. The music that plays, dear God. It's the stuff of nightmares, honestly. I mean, I still remember it from as a kid. But these were just the worst kind of enemies you could imagine. And the worst part is, they're invulnerable when they're running around like that. So I like to shoot them anyway, because you never know when they're going to turn back to vulnerable again. And at least you might get 1 or 2 shots off when they turn back. If you happen to hit them, you know, just before they revert. Or whatever, you know, they revert to Yakra. Anyway, oh, get out of here. So that bottle I picked up in the treasure room is actually an auto heal. So if I run out of life, it'll heal me. It's like a fairy in a bottle. I only had 17,600. I don't know if I can get 20k by the end of this. I don't think I can. This little froggy guy here. Well, where are you, dude? This little underground guy's not coming out on me now. Oh, and the worst part is, you go to the next level, you don't get your life refilled. You start the next level with however much life you ended the last level with. So see, I'm starting with half life here. Half-Life 3 confirmed? Not really. It's not even funny anymore. I don't even know, I've never even played the Half-Life games, but I've heard there's like a huge cliffhanger at the end of 2. And people have been waiting for 3 for God knows how long. I mean, you'd think as popular as the meme is, they would just go ahead and make the game at this point. Or just somebody would. There's probably already like fake versions of it out there or something. I don't know. Like fans made or whatever. So at any rate, well, yeah, this game is pretty stressful. You have monsters coming at you from every which way but loose. I still have that medicine, so we're okay. But, tell ya. I do actually have a story about this game too, but it's not really very interesting. So, let's see, where do I start here? See, when I was little, we lived in Jacksonville, Florida, but my dad was originally from Michigan, Upper Michigan, so he had family up there. So sometimes we'd go up there to visit. Well, one time we went up there, and I was visiting my cousins, and I really didn't know them very well, because we never really saw each other, except for once every few years. And they had Kid Icarus there, and we were playing it, and I was having loads of fun. There's a couple moments where I was down by myself in the basement, just playing it. You know, there's nothing like being in someone else's house and being by yourself and playing a really good video game, you know? And this was just one of those moments. I was in somebody else's house playing Kid Icarus, just vibing, got the cucka feeling and everything. So anyway, well, later on, I was down there, and somehow my cousins got in this fight about whose turn it was to play. So they started asking me to go over there and turn the system off. Or they were telling me to get them off of the system. And, well, if you know me, you know I'm not that kind of person. I'm a pacifist. But, you know... Ugh, they're just coming at me forever which way. Poor Pit. You were the most abused hero in the history of video games. Anyway, well... So they wanted me to go over there and tell the others to get off of the system, get off of the game. And I didn't know how I was going to do it. I wasn't going to go up there and just say, hey, you need to stop playing, you know, or wrench the controller from their hands. So it's like, well, what was I supposed to do? You know, I was a you know, so I'm no good at confrontations here. Ooh, let me see. The barrel would let me hold more medicine, but I just used up the one I had, so I'm going to get another one. Right now, that's the most important thing. Now, the feather, I could get that too, and it would save me if I fell off the bottom of the screen. Because I didn't mention it, but if I hit the bottom of the screen, I die. Like, that's a pit down there. Well, there's 2 pits on the screen right now. There's always 2 pits, apparently. But! I'm trying to explain something here. I'm trying to tell a story. So, where was I? Yeah, so they were telling me to get them off the system, but I didn't know what to do. So finally, I got this idea in my head, and all of a sudden, this rush of adrenaline, I guess, came over me or something. And I ran straight up to the Nintendo, and I hit the power button and turned it off. So whatever they were doing, they lost all their progress on it, and they basically started to beat the hell out of me with pillows, which is probably the closest I've ever come to getting beat up in any form. So, yeah. But that's the story. It's pretty dumb, but I actually have a second story, but I'm not going to tell that until I get to World 1-4. Because that's when it's pertinent. So you're probably not going to see that till part 2 of this, but, well, you know, it'll give you something to look forward to. I don't know when this video is going to go up, probably sometime over the weekend or something. The weekend might be over by then. I don't want to upload it too soon, because I still have Adventures of Pip, and possibly Aria of Sorrow, and Pokemon, and just all this stuff. I feel like I'm never going to get any of this stuff done. So if I uploaded more, you know, like more, if twice a day more often, that would definitely help. Shoot. These guys do a lot of damage, so it's really, if you can avoid getting hit, more power to you. What I usually do is just go straight to the bottom of the screen and shoot left and right to get the ones coming in from the side. And if you're lucky, there will be a few of them that just float back and forth at the top of the screen. You can kind of clean them out once you're done with the rest. Ooh. Another snake situation here, might as well take advantage. Great. I mean, considering how easy the enemy is to defeat, they are worth the points. Even though they're not worth as many points as some enemies are, they're worth the points, that's the thing. So they give you 100 points, and a lot of the more difficult enemies, like the floating eyes, I think give you 300. And those guys, I think, give you 700. Not 100% sure. See, the thing is, like, I mean, some of the upgrades that you get will have you, like, getting long-range arrows, or fireballs around your arrows, or a shield or something. It's really cool, actually. They're really helpful. Ooh. Actually, I can't even afford anything in here anyway, so why bother? See you later. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Okay, who can forget this music, man? Well, so much for that. Snaky poo. Oh, great. We got more platforming up ahead. Okay. Alright. Oh, no. Well, thankfully in this game, there's not a lot of knockback when you take a hit. So you can pretty much, you know, stay where you are and hopefully, you know, get trapped. There is a little bit of knockback, but it's not bad. It's just enough to kind of, you know, hit the anxiety levels just right, you know, and then all of a sudden you start pressing left and right, thinking, oh, which way do I go, you know? How do I keep myself from falling off the edge of the screen? Back when the screen was, like, relevant, you know? These days, the edge of the screen doesn't mean anything. It's just as far as you can see. Pretty soon there won't even be a screen if this, you know, the whole Oculus Rift thing. I was watching some people play that at PAX Prime, and it was interesting, definitely. Because you could still see on the TV what they were doing. And it moved along with their head motions, which is really fascinating. It makes me wonder, you know, by the time Ukulele gets here, if there's going to be some kind of compatibility with that. Probably not, I mean, I don't know. We only have to wait for some platforms here, but Oh, well, that just gives us more time to relax, really. I'm probably just gonna play 2 levels per video here. Oh, shit. So if you're anywhere in his horizontal range, then he's going to see you, even if you're all the way across the screen, so... What I'm gonna do is wait until this platform is going the other way, so I don't have to spend as much time in his peripheral vision, or his... yeah. Just take the hit at this point. Shoot, I could have had it there. That's alright. We'll just ride it again. No big deal. Still would like to be better on life than this, though. I do have 1 medicine, and I have the 20,000 points. I have 20,000 just in this level. See, when I finish the level, it's going to add that 20,000 that I got in this level to the 17 or so thousand that I already have. So I'll have like a total of 37, whatever. Now, if you get to 50,000, it'll actually upgrade you twice. So technically, if you wanted to... Well, no, I guess you could. There wouldn't be enough enemies to do it, but... You could try to get it in the first level. Get all 50k in the first level. Oh, yes! Thank you! Take this. Also, if you have enough points, sometimes you go into a room and this guy will show up. And he'll upgrade your arrows. So now I'm green, because if I was blue, I would die, I guess. Which is terrible. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my god, no, don't knock me off the screen, whatever you do. I don't care, just get me to the end of the level. Oh my god. Well, World 1-3 is not going to go well, I can tell you that. But I guess we'll have to find out about that next time. Power up. Because now I have my life bar is twice as long. Which is good. So next time on Kid Icarus, we will continue into World 1-3. See you guys later.